On June 1st, 1921, the Tulsa, Oklahoma neighborhood known as Greenwood was looted and burned to the ground by a white mob. 35 city blocks were destroyed, and 300 people are believed to have lost their lives. 2 days earlier, an encounter between a black man and a white woman in a downtown elevator sparked a confrontation between whites and blacks, which resulted in the destruction of one of the nation's most successful black neighborhoods, famously known as Black Wall Street. As we approached the 100th anniversary of the massacre, we wanted to meet and hear the voices of those who live and work in the Greenwood neighborhood. With that, we present Greenwood, Here and Now.
All right, so joining us now is Mr. David Harris of the Pillar Group. He's a businessman over there in Tulsa, in the Greenwood district of Tulsa. David, how are you today?
Doing well.
Awesome, man. Yeah, so, for those of us who do not know about, what the Pillar Group does, tell us about what you guys do and sort of what your day-to-day life looks like.
The Pillar Group is a full-service insurance and financial services firm here on Greenwood, and we do all things insurance, from life, commercial, to employee benefits, personal lines with homes and auto, and we broker for over 100 companies in those different areas. We also help with some annuity work and things of that nature as well. The day here in Tulsa with the Pillar Group is full of time that we're taking with current clients and servicing the policies that they currently have, as well as our prospecting for new clients. We have our office manager, the principal, and managing partner of the organization, Mr. Don Horner, myself. We have a personal lines manager and Antonio Thompson, and we also have our employee benefits and health manager, Miss Sunny, and also Sunny Williams, and then we also have a couple of young guys that are on our sales team, who are also part of our day to day.
And yeah, it sounds like a great group over there that you guys have there on Greenwood. And I'm reading here on your bio that it says that you thrive in developing solutions that touch on all aspects of risk. David, would you consider yourself a risky guy, and are you a problem solver?
We are problem solvers, and for insurance is risk protection. So that's what we do. We look to provide protection for risk. It's a risk every day to turn the key in that car and pull out of the driveway. So we provide protection for that risk and all the other risk that we encounter through our day-to-day lives.
That is awesome. Yeah, that's so true. Like every single day, there's some sort of risk that is assessed with just everything. You walk down the street, you taking a risk.
That's right.
So do you thrive on the fact that you can a group like the Pillar Group can almost be somewhat of a safety net for people in their everyday lives?
It is a comfort. For me, I appreciate being able to talk with our clients and customers about the services that we provide in the policies, but we're able to provide, educational an educational aspect in teaching them the different nuances of what insurance does for them, the different benefits that they provide for them in their daily life, and then helping them protect themselves and their family in the long run. Oftentimes, the lack of insurance in our community causes a larger gap in wealth and generational wealth in particular. We're teaching a lot of our community about the value of setting your next generation and your family up for a better life, not necessarily making anyone wealthy, but setting them up for a better life and able to endure those most difficult times during death. Life insurance is extremely vital, with it being such an expensive part of living. You know, the funeral and those arrangements being so costly to families that are left here. It's important. We find it extremely important to communicate and share information about the value and the benefit of having life insurance, so that you don't become a burden to your family. So that's some of the those are some of the things that we really thrive on.
Yeah, and it's interesting you mentioned that. You mentioned sort of the future aspect of future generations. I'm sure you deal with a lot of people there on Greenwood itself. What do you see from, whether it's clients you work with or families of clients that you work with, like in terms of the future of Greenwood? Are you optimistic about it? Because obviously the 100th year anniversary of the Tulsa Race Massacre is coming up, and people are really looking at it now as, I mean, I've talked to many people across Greenwood, and they think that now things are starting to finally turn, turn a new leaf, if you will. Are you optimistic about the future of Greenwood?
Well, I think that this is another resurgence. I mean, of course the history uh, tells us about the rebuilding um, of Greenwood after the massacre in 21. So we know that the community came back together and grew and flourished again up until urban removal or urban renewal. The I think that this time and this season is a good opportunity for people to become aware and exposed to the great opportunities that lie within being a part of this rich history. Um, we have a number of vibrant businesses that are in the traditional and historic buildings. So I look forward to that continuing to grow. I think that there will be more people that will be interested in coming and being a part of this story and this legacy. As you know, as the years and as the months continue to pass.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that I think is so fascinating to get people's thoughts on is just sort of the resurgence of information out there about Greenwood now. You have all these
Sure.
different documentaries coming out. You have all these different news pieces coming out about Greenwood. What are your thoughts on now the fact, all these years later, there's so many people across the country finally learning about Greenwood?
I think it's a wonderful time. I think it's a wonderful opportunity. I'm excited about people becoming aware, and it is my hope um, and my intention to make sure that people um, are very intentional uh, about the spirit of Greenwood, which is the commerce. And so, it's all well and good um, to be fascinated with the story. If you're not part of the economy and the commerce here, then I think you do the story a disservice. I think that the important part of all of this is to be confident in participating in the economy of what Greenwood is now, and the businesses that are here and depend on clientele to come to the area and to patronize the businesses that are here.
Yeah, so true. And when, just out of curiosity, when did you get to Greenwood? Have you been there your whole life, or?
Uh, this my partner had the business here 10 years before I got here, and so we've been here. We've been down here for about 15 years, roughly about 15 years, and because we've been together for the last 5. So I've been down here with him for about that long, but I'm well aware of Greenwood because of time that I've spent here as a young man and as a student when I was in high school.
Yeah, and what are your thoughts on just the area? Do you like living there, and does it give you pride, with knowing all the history that is there, that you get to wake up there every day and live there?
Oh, sure, sure. I mean, it's definitely something that we can be excited about. I know a lot of people are aware of the destruction, but I'm really more, um, more proud of the fact that you had a generation of people who were creative and thrived despite uh, despite the trauma and all that Jim Crow was and segregation was. But not only did they do that, and even during the time of slavery. I mean, you're going back to a time where Oklahoma was on the verge of becoming an all black state. So I think that we show a community of people who have not only survived but thrived and excelled, at, irregardless of the conditions. And so I like the fact that I can come down here and I can resonate with the spirit of those that were here, and even though they suffered one of the worst domestic terrorist acts in this country, um, they rose again. So you find this resiliency and this energy and this spirit of resiliency that continues to perpetuate itself in this community. So I love being a part of that, and I love being able to to look to that energy and call on that energy to remind me and to encourage me and to inspire me to continue to build and grow here in this community and provide a place for my family and my children and the youth and the families of those in the community around me.
David, that's so true, man. And I mean, I couldn't have said it any better myself, and that's why we're glad that you said it, and we're glad that you joined us here today. David, thank you so much. Is there anything else before we punch out here that you want to add? Maybe plug your business a little bit or anything like that?
Sure. Well, we definitely would appreciate the opportunity to earn your business here on Greenwood, here at the Pillar Group. We believe that we can provide the utmost expertise and professional service, quality service for your insurance needs. We are those that don't expect to receive in a handout, but we do hope to get an opportunity. So we appreciate being a part of the community. We appreciate being a part of Greenwood. We appreciate being a part of Tulsa.
That is awesome, David. Thank you so much once again for joining us today, and you have a great day, sir.
Thank you, Ryan.
Bye-bye.
And bye-bye.
Greenwood Here and Now is produced by the O'Collie Media Group. Thank you for listening.